We'll play it at 2x. We'll play it, yeah. That kind of fits with. That fits with what Yuzuma's like, you know. You like your 2x's. Everyone likes the 2x's. 3x, nobody likes the 3x's. I'm actually, yeah, because then it becomes impossible to watch unless you're like trained to watch it, basically. But 2x is chill. Okay. So we start with here. We've got this contactee, get up to site, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is just a nice trap from Sentinels. This is a problem you have with Omen on this map. In theory, Omen is like your. This is the thing. In theory, Omen is. Let me get the Valor plan up as well. Lotus. In theory, so you need to be able to cross this area here because this is a. These are like scary lines you can't really get across. You can't cross this without abilities, basically. It doesn't happen. So, when you're attacking C, either you need to have basically done damage before the thing, or you need a comp where you can get across. Now, typically, you would run in the past Raise plus Omen. So while it rarely works out this way in practice, the theoretical execute here is pretty simple. It's like, well, I have the ability for basically two people to jump this gap entirely and go to site and cause problems on site. And then because if you can get here for free, then it's like, well, now the angles really work in your favour rather than the enemy team. Because now it's like I can hide here, I can pop out. This waterfall angle is kind of scary, but it's not that bad, to be honest. Like I don't feel like generally defenders get too much value there because then it becomes teams just quickly turn the corner here and chase them down. Now this is the problem with the Teo Breach comp is you do not have that. You have Omen, and Omen TPing is kind of predictable, right? You know he's going to try and TP, so he's going to try and skip that gap there. Like that is just going to be a thing that happens. Cool. That is just a thing that's going to happen. So. Solid trap on Sentinel's part. Also, the entire thing here is that with the Sentinels comp, by the way, your A take is okay, but it's not amazing because you don't have Astral utility, you have Fade utility, but you have basically one suck there. You don't have Breach utility, you don't have any of that. Basically, you're entirely reliant on the Fade as your only like movement constricting ability on this A fight. So you kind of want to be, but at the same time, Teo Breach, you can't fight C against that. That is an overwhelming C fight. So the whole thing for Sentinels has to be they're focusing on basically kind of control it. They're not really able to control actively here. They're not able to control super actively here. Most likely, they're kind of going to have to sit deep. They're kind of going to have to trap people. You have some pressure out of B if the Fade is playing it really, really well. Generally speaking, the Fade is not playing it really, really well on this map. Haven't seen enough of Narrate's game recently to remember if he's good on this map. Most Fades on Lotus completely suck. They're just bad. Like at the pro level, because you can't really play it safe as Fade on this map and be good. You don't have I don't think you have particularly good retake eyes. You don't have particularly good retake dogs. You have to take space. Get this over here. You got to take space and you got to maintain that space. So this can be around B, although these angles are a little bit awkward. But I mean, B is the only place you can really go on this comp. So that is kind of, yeah, how it be. So let's keep it on 2x. Let's keep it nice and clean. So Patty's just trying to get plant here. Probably should have just stuck the plant. It's fine. Good pistol. Solid pistol overall. Yeah. Solid pistol. Let's keep it going. Okay, so Eco is slowly looking to work it up onto B. Not a bad play overall, to be fair. It's kind of an obvious thing, by the way, if you generally on both Haven and Lotus, if you're the attacking team, you've got a gun disadvantage, which means they pistol or like a weird half-buy. You're probably going to try and force it B, because the short way to put this, to be honest, is essentially there's a big thing in that the gun ranges matter here, yeah? So this line, these lines are like 40 meters, and it's like if enemy team has Vandal, when enemy team has something like that, more particularly Vandal, that's a potential for B, just get headshot and blam, and you can't close the gap on that realistically, because I'm going to get to here and the line's still like 30 meters. I'm not going to be able to get over the gun disadvantage here. It's just not going to happen. So B doesn't really have any angles like that. Like the closest you get, like this is like 20, 25 meters. This is only 20 meters. This is maybe 20, 25, but you have, I mean, if the attacking team knocks you off that line, if you don't get the first kill, they're going to completely just overwhelm you here. But their guys burst out. So pretty standard pistol. Two standard eco strap from Liquid. You can see here, nothing particularly interesting. I don't think they hard fought this particularly on the A thing, but they went hard on C. Well, they took the space on C. Let's see. So yeah, this is just a solid. This is a solid value round for Liquid. They took down 3. You notice they full on bought here. They took down 3. Cool, nice. Can't complain about that. No complaints about that. So let's keep having a look at what Sen are doing on the defense as well. Vice is deploying towards C. This is interesting in the way that she's putting the money in the wall. A lot of Vices will try and prevent it double here. This, this money is questionable because it's purely, I feel like that's purely for post plant. Doesn't really seem to do anything particularly useful on the, I guess it delays them coming into CT. But you can see here, look, they want to do an A fight here, but they've got to go 4-way to do this. They can't do this way you would normally do, which is you'd probably normally do 3, and you'd have somebody waiting on here for any lurks. They can't do that, unfortunately, with this comp. And on their side, Liquid have decided for the gun round to go for a full A fight. So we'll see how, I'm going to slow this down, we'll see how this plays. Back. We'll see how this plays out. Okay. So they're grabbing here. Does he get him on this? Okay, they snare a little bit early here, arguably, because Keiko does not get hit on this with the snare. He just TPs across. If you were playing against the Neon, then this would work very well. But they were not playing against the Neon, so this is a bit of a L adjustment from Sen, to be honest. Actually, what was the previous Liquid comp on this map? Well, Liquid were playing the Rainer / yeah, this is just a bit of an L adjustment from Sentinels, if I'm being honest. It's chill. Camric uses nice utility. But you'll notice then they're not trying to hold them at the choke. Conventionally, you try to basically hold, like the immediate brain moment you have on this is you try and hold the enemy at the choke. They ain't trying to hold the enemy at the choke here. Yeah. Let's start just checking the mic. Cool. They pick up a gun. Narrate's kind of baiting a little bit here. IMO. And this is simple for Liquid, just Narrate can get some value here. Which you can't, you'll see a lot of this, by the way, during the series. Nats just kind of shoots through these little weird off crevices. Like these, he knows his angles really, really well, basically, and Sentinels kind of get punished by this a lot. Where it's like a pseudo one-way where he just shoots on the corner of an angle, basically. Okay, nice. Good round from Liquid. Mere round from Sen. I understand what they're trying to do, but yeah, it doesn't really work. Okay. This is why I say kind of more conventionally. This is what you want to see. You do like a 1-1-3 setup. You play for a... You play like a hard anchor on C site, and then the other three are here. Yeah, this is more conventionally what you do. So rotate off, rotate back. They're holding this space like here. This is a nice double hold from them as well. Let me see the guns. Yeah, if you're so Liquid are not trying to do anything particularly fancy here, right? They're not trying to work the map. They're not trying to do any magic here. They're just trying to force basically Sentinels to walk into them, which could be an identified sort of weakness. Could just be a thing where they've seen this and they're like, bro, this is how Sentinels play. They play so correctly, they play so fundamentally that they're going to come in and they're going to try to retake the space off of us and we're going to catch them there. I don't know really, but you can see it works in terms of the moment the guy comes to get the line back, he just gets popped. It's a good lurk from that. By the way, this is something I'm interested to see the entire series. How Sentinels play around that, because this is going to sound kind of funny because it's basically shitting on a guy who just dropped like 450 ACS in a map 3 and had like a ridiculous series overall. Whenever I've played against Nats, he's kind of like, the whole thing with him has been basically, you need to, as long as you understand what he's going to do on these lurks and you take the space off of him so he can't do these lurks. This will be like doubly so now that a lot of the game is most likely going to require coming back to him because of the IGL stuff. It's always been kind of easy to play against him. Like obviously the big series we had against him, the big series I played against him, or well, coached against him, we did lose, but we did not lose because of Nats. Nats just got completely red, and Red got completely red. It was 2023, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Save just went ridiculous. We should have won this series, but Nats was like +5, negative on First Bloods. You can see we completely shut him down on Lotus even. Yeah, because we just put the entire game plan was essentially built around, okay, here is Nats. Nats is going to make these roams. Nats at this time was playing Viper, so he was going to be roaming up here a lot of the time. And we just completely game plan against that, and pretty easy to shut down. And obviously Liquid lose this game, so I'm interested to see what happens here if they kind of adjust this, because so far I think they're playing a little bit into their hands, but it's fine. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it looking. Okay. This is nice pressure on the post-moment from Nats, but they kind of just get... They should have won this. No, okay. Yeah, they kind of... That was a good round from Liquid, and again that was an okay round for Sentinels, but it's very, very solid so far. And I'm wondering if this is going to be the thing through the series, because what I saw on the overtime, what I saw on that stuff was just a... Yeah, I'll say this now. From the few rounds I saw on Abyss, kind of looked like Sentinels had a massive crisis of confidence at some point. Because they were playing, like they were still playing fine in terms of the macro, in terms of this sort of stuff, but you could see even from their aim, from the way they were playing, it was super, super shaky. So, yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Okay. So Liquid are just going to keep trying to fight this A thing and playing out from the initial A space. Nice. So they get a pop. They get a quicker round here. Kamek is trolling a little bit. This is kind of a weird split thing. They know the Viper Wall can come up at any time. You can't... I understand what he's trying to do in terms of he puts down the nades. The funnily enough, I think the delay on the nades kind of comes to his advantage here. But yeah, this is a little risky. Okay, they get it. I don't think he needs to be back here, is what I'm saying. I think he probably needs... You wanted Mortar to be with the team rather than trying to defend a long post plant, which is not going to happen realistically. But it's fine. There you go, good round here. It's been 2 ults to get it, 1 ult. Okay, now Sentinels are on a eco. So this is, despite the scoreline, pretty good situation for Liquid overall. You change up rush, do an ult round. Onto Yoru. You take the C space because this is the one time when they're not really going to be able to, they're going to struggle to trap you. And I would be surprised if this is winnable for Sentinels. Yeah, it's not winnable at all. So I'm guessing this is probably, I'm going to guess, because I know they got kind of beat hard on this map. This next round is probably the swing round. Like, this is a round where Liquid should win this, and Sentinels just take off of them somehow. Let's see if I'm correct. Again, I don't have the exact score lines, but let's see if I'm correct on that. Liquid timeout. Sen timeout. Okay, so Sen. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get confused. Yeah. No, this makes sense. So Sen, like Liquid, presumably don't adjust here. Sen's got some mad read on them. So I'm assuming this is a swing round. Right, yeah. 4 ults. 5th ult coming. Didn't actually see that, to be honest. They're lining up for A, so most likely they're just going to hold ults. They're going to look to they're not, this setup here isn't special, but they're just going to hold ults. They're going to look to react on A. On the Liquid side, they're like a long way from any ults. I would say it's probably a mistake here to be hitting A again, because you know they've got so many ults. You know this is like easy for them. You probably should just be like, if I'm Liquid here, I'm seeing that timeout and I'm running B. But let's see what they do. Yeah, they're fully dedicated to playing with that A space here, which makes sense. Okay, so they didn't even need the ult to get the opening there. Yeah, this is a round where Liquid need to win it, or they at least need to force out ults. So let's see if they can do either. Because this look is predictable, right? And if you can't do it at speed, therefore you know they're going to be holding back here. They're going to be holding back here, so you're going to be constricting into a really tiny area as you come in for this, and it's going to be rough for you. So they go B. Lats basically gets this B lurk. They know the wall's there. They trip the wall. Okay, so Nats actually gets a really good lurk here. Ooh, okay. So this round looks like it's working for them. How did they? Oh no. Yeah, if you. This is what I'm saying with regards to they don't have the ability to go deeper on C, and you need to plant C there. You need to figure out a way to make that C work, because the B thing is just such a short rotate for them, and they can just do stuff like that. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So Liquid did so much well that round, even after a really bad start, and then they just overcomplicated it. I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing. The impression I'm already getting from Liquid having. I mean, I watch the EDG series, but this team isn't so much like a Valorant team as it is like, you ever played like and yeah, this is just a. Nats has gone out, and Nats is going to try and spray into this thing here, which is a nice counter read. But I don't. Is he going to spray there? Because he's playing like super far back. Is he literally just? Because he should be spraying this basically. Yeah. He is. Okay. No, these guys play like, if you ever played those Battlefield games where it was like 64 versus 64 and it was squad-based gameplay, right? Liquid play like they're a squad in Battlefield rather than a Valorant team, right? They're not really trying to take expansive map space. They'll have like, that to be like the one guy lurking a lot of the time, it looks like. But they'll play as like a forward, they'll play to occupy the space and play to hold the space. They're going to hold the trenches down. That's kind of how their play style seems to be. Which makes sense because this is a team like, yeah. You've got 3 Polish players and that's Keiko. This is kind of the style of what you'd expect from a team like that, to be honest. Yeah, this is okay, Petty to get 2 back here, but this is kind of getting very readable now. Even though they win this round, this is like, this becomes, yeah, Sen should really be able to hold him to probably 5 rounds and a half at the worst. Like, Sen should win at least 3 of the next 4. You'd figure, given how readable they seem so far, given that, right, Nats is good, but like, you can shut down Nats' lurks on this map in particular. They're not particularly hard to read overall. You did burn a timeout already, so you have to hope your team can adjust this rather than the coaching staff, but yeah. So yes, now they're holding this deeper, but they're just being, yeah, they're being bullied off this line, and now it's, well, what do we do? Because we don't know what to do here, because the Nats lurk only kind of works if they have suppression in the first place. So they've got to a 3v3, which is not bad actually, to be fair, but they are low on health, so not great. Okay, so Keiko's gone for like a deep ult play. This is really brain fart. Because I assume they did this knowing there was an ult down. I would assume they thought the ult was going to be on B just because they didn't get a specific audio cue on it, but yeah, it's on C, and that's not good for them at all. Because they're going to try and come around and they're going to try and clamp down on these guys, but I don't think it's going to work too well. Yeah, see, this just doesn't work. So again, brain fart from Keiko in terms of that ult play. And you would expect Sen to basically go out to 7 or 8 at this point. Maybe Liquid sneak 1 more round and a half. And then it's down to what you can do on defense as Liquid. Okay, timeout here. I guess it makes... I'm honestly not sure... You're saying like 2 things, okay. I'm honestly not sure if I'd spend the timeout here if I'm Liquid. Like... Obviously, it makes sense because you want to get it back. You want to get it back to 7 essentially, but I'm not sure what you can really say given how Liquid are, given how they're playing this squad-based Battlefield blah 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 playstyle. Yeah, because look, bro, you just had a timeout and they're doing the same thing again. They just play the exact same way, no difference, zero difference, zero difference. So you I see the timeouts have gone, how do we make our A take even better and play out the A thing again? And at this point, Sentinels have just got the realism to go, yeah, we're just going to put Vice over here. Fuck you. Yeah. No, this is interesting because obviously Liquid played a crazy series overall, but we're kind of seeing probably where their weakness is going to be exploited in that. If you know a team's you can start doing this basically. If you know a team's gonna play this close 4-1-5-0 style every single time, like this is why we lost to C9, by the way, Menaji, because we did not adapt to the fact that C9 just plays a constant 4-1-5-0 every single time in every single map. They're playing on Fracture, they're playing the Cruncher, blah blah blah, and I won't go too much into it, but. That was a failing on Bonkar's part to basically not accept the prep on that and to adjust that more in game. But that is in the past now. Yeah, so Sen should be fine now. Sen should probably go to 8. We'll see, but there's a good chance Sen can go to 8 on this. And then obviously it doesn't really matter. It's hard for you to win the second half after that, particularly if you're playing this Liquid comp where I mean, this liquid comp is going to have the... Actually, I don't know. So the main thing you're missing on this liquid comp for the defense is that you don't have the Vice, so you don't have the ability to just lock down part of the map and not be worrying about it. That makes it a lot harder to play Lotus in general, I think. I think if you're not playing... Like, there's a lot of maps where Cypher makes a lot of sense at the moment. Cypher makes sense on this map for the attack, but for the defense, I think you're kind of trolling, because if you can't lock down one part of the map, basically, it becomes very hard to play Lotus, because... how the attacking rotations work, basically, is quite difficult to do. So, we'll keep letting it play, but we'll see. But yeah, it's not looking... This isn't looking good for Liquid. You can kind of see how... Okay. You can see Senna just basically, yep, we're going to avoid the first line thing. We're going to put our... We'll stack util towards A now, because that's going to make them getting the A space a lot less useful for them. But this was an eco. Okay. That was a... How do I feel about that? That was an interesting ult from Liquid, because it's doing the thing you generally want to do, which is you want to trap someone somewhere, but... Conventionally, you kind of want it to expire on them rather than playing it close. I don't think that works most of the time. They maybe got a little bit lucky here. Yeah, I think I got a little bit lucky. So they got one round back, but Sentinels should win it, and then it's 7-5.5. Not bad for Liquid, but not a massively winning scenario overall. I think my inclination is both of these comps are pretty attack sided. Both of these comps kind of lean towards the attack. Okay. So it's a pure info ult from Camo. I use this to basically walk through B. It's a nice walkthrough, but yeah, it should not be value for them. And then it's like, obviously you haven't taken this space, you've lost this space. It's really hard to play this on post plant, particularly when No 8 has No 8 has ult. So yeah, that's about what I'd figure. 7-5. Could have been an 8-4 even, but this is like a rough situation. So how did Liquid come back and win this now, basically? How did Liquid come back and win this? Well, theoretically, how would they come back and win this game? You're playing on the defense now, you're playing this, and this, yeah? So this is what you're playing now. Again, the problem with this comp on defense is Cypher can't really lock down any site. He has to most likely be playing around, I would say optimally he has to be playing around either B or A, and he just puts a cam in a useful place for info. He gets a trip, which gets a couple of trips somewhere, but he can't do this usual C anchor thing. So you have a weird situation with how you defend C. Now you could dedicate it to this basically. You could try and do something like this. Maybe they basically these two pick somewhere to fight early on. They insert one person, and then they come back on it. You rely on that one person to try and get value. That's definitely a possibility, but it's hard. This is hard for them now to play on defense. Whereas on attack, this comp from Sentinels is not remarkable, but it's double control, although it's generally going to be attack sided. So let's see how they do this. So stand a wall up here. So they're going to presumably wait out the util, contact behind the wall, just kill whoever's there, get on the site, guaranteed at least a plant, and then you're good. Like, you can play out the post plant from there. It's not too bad for you. Yeah, Kamek is just using. Yeah. See, this is, you just have a 5-man contact up here basically. And this is too easy, and this is a problem. Like, to be honest, if I'm... Does this work? Yeah. If I... By the way, the pistol play you should make here, if you want to design a pistol for this and you haven't shown it before, you just ride 5 up here. Because, one, you want to condition them that you're going to potentially... I should probably take it, not pause on flashbang. One, you want to condition them that you're not going to be going too strongly like it is. This is a thing you can do on pistols, where you just say, well, we're going to do something completely opposite to what we're going to do in gun rounds, because there are a surprising amount of IGLs who kind of, I would say, take cues stronger from the pistols than they really should. Like, they take cues from the pistols, and okay, this is how this team is also going to play on the gun rounds, which is wrong. You shouldn't be doing that in general, like, because it will. If an enemy IGL is not a complete idiot, he is probably trying to mislead you on a pistol, is my view on this, generally. But this also therefore makes them have to respect this. This therefore means that your pushes on here, which you're going to have to do with this comp, are a lot stronger as a result, because they're not going to be able to dedicate 5-man to here and just be, like, not thinking about the possibility that you'll push through. But it is what it is. Right? It's pistols. I say it's in liquid and win the pistol. Yeah, this wasn't a terrible pistol from liquid, but I mean, if I'm doing this, I'm 5-man pushing through. But you can see Sentinels got the plant, so this might be a thing where they win both these rounds and then they just lose the entire rest of the half, if I'm remembering the score roughly correctly. So let's see what they do. So Sentinels again, they're going for this push through here. Yeah, but I mean, this is actually decent value for them. Yeah, you probably shouldn't do this if you just had the enemy team do this in the first half as well, because you know they're going to be expecting it. But it's not a huge amount of other options. So we got into the bonus gun round. Sentinel take the A space with 4. This is bad. This is, I mean, I guess your buy here happens to be so low that you're just don't know what to do, and that does get 1 with the outlaw at 1 point, but this is not the blueprint on how you're going to defend this comp, basically, is what I'm saying. But they're literally even getting, like, decent value here, to be fair. Yeah, but then you get onto site, you haven't reclaimed any guns, and this is just kind of an easy clean up for them. Yeah. That is unfortunate. Yeah, because my recollection, I think it may be the case now. I'm not going to look it up because that's not fun. That's no fun. My recollection here is this might be a case of Liquid go and lose every single round after this. So let's see. So you can see Nats is moving his stuff up every single round, but he's touched B like once, so this is not really what you want to be doing. They're doing the Euro fight here, but they're doing like a weird. They're not full fighting through. I don't know what Patty's thinking here. Really, I guess he's thinking that he's going to get a B trap here, but sorry. Yeah, he's thinking he's going to get a B trap here, but you're not really going to. You're not really going to do this on a pistol or on a gun round. Okay, this is an interesting ult. Everyone's kind of low. Yeah, you're forcing this. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Cameron just goes off, just holds a gun. Fine. Cannot complain too much about that. Okay. So Liquid timeout, I'm presuming. Again, this is a thing I am noticing. I don't think the Liquid coaching staff makes particularly good timeouts or particularly good adjustments during timeouts. I would say, to be honest, Yaltsin probably should be talking a little bit more. Be willing to basically, include your assistant coaches. Assistant coaches have feelings too. Assistant coaches can be competent. I have beef with Yaltsin, but he's definitely competent. I don't even. Why did I have beef with Yaltsin actually? Oh, I think it's because he was like pushing, advocating really hard for that 10-star team back in the day when it was obvious that August was like a scam. So okay, water under the bridge. Okay, so Nuts this is the thing. Nuts is trying to do these push throughs. Nuts is trying to be cute with this stuff, and like, yeah, you can go and body break the Vice util, but it's not the same dynamic as trying to push onto a cipher where it's like, great, I can push into the stuff, I can break the stuff, cool. It's not the same dynamic at all because yeah. And they're peaking a little too early. But you can kind of see here, Liquid don't really have a good framework for how they're going to deal with this. They really don't have like a good framework for how they're going to, yeah. How they're going to play this defense out. Like, I think the way that they're playing Cypher and the way they're playing with this comp, it's just kind of, you're playing like Cypher isn't Cypher basically, and that's a problem. It was, to be fair, it was the same back in the day with Killjoy. So a lot of teams were playing these Killjoy comps. Where it was just like, yeah, Killjoy's up here. Killjoy's putting like alarm that, like Killjoy's putting an alarm. Killjoy's, it wasn't even that, it was on B. She's like concentrating a utility on B, and you're like, great, B is sorted. We're going to play completely off of that, and we're going to be good. Doesn't really work. We've like stopped working with Killjoy because people just realised, hold on, we just don't have to go B. Then people start doing it more so on C, and then people kind of realise, hold on, we can break a certain amount of util, particularly the Tail era. We can do this, we can do that, and you don't really have the same sort of scariness at locking down the site as you did once. I think probably, I understand why they're playing it, because you need your IGL to be comfortable at the end of the day, and Cypher is the easiest Sentinel, I think, by far to IGL with on this map. I think it's hard to IGL for Vice, all this sort of stuff. But yeah, it's not great. Okay. Okay, this was a decent hold, and it's how they lose this if they lose it. Okay, that's how they lose this. Yeah. Again, this is kind of the problem. It's, you do have an exceptionally strong. Did they fight to start the round? No, they didn't even fight it. They just happened to get the trap. You've got to be doing something with this comp, man. You've got to be utilising this breach and this Tail in combination, not doing this crap, not doing, yeah. Obviously, they just tried to be pusher, it didn't work, I guess. Yeah. This play works well, but you've got to have, the funny thing is you've got to have Vice to make this play work, I think, because otherwise people just dodge out every single time. Yeah, it's rough. We skipped around now, I don't think anything happened. Yeah, like why is Breach the one doing this? You have Euro and you have Oben. Well, if you're even going to do this sort of play, one of them has to be the insert. I guess Petite just said, "Crew, I'm taking over here. We got to get something done here." But yeah, not good, not great, not amazing, not horrible, but not amazing. And this should be a pretty, yeah, just Sentinel just playing the map, walking around. This Nats South and C is like a severe misread / naive / whatever you want to put it. Yeah, this is too easy for them. Even with Nats like shooting like that, this is too easy for them. So that's map 1 done. Let me see if map 3 is uploaded yet, just so I can download it. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Okay. Give me. If you'll give me fire, give me which I desire. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna let the start of that map play, and I will BRB. Well, that'll be done in 2 minutes. Just gonna get a drink. Nice. We're in the struggle bus here right now. There we go. So, okay,